This episode is brought to you by KG Productions for KrsnaKnows.
Good evening. We are doing the Narada Bhakti Sutra, and today's topic is about obstacles in the path of what is called as when you are a devotee, what are the obstacles that you encounter? Okay. So we are going to do verse 61 onwards, that is Sutra 61 onwards. Now, what kind of obstacles are we expecting? Obstacles can be of any kind. Now, all these obstacles which are coming, they are a part of the material world and the mind related. Please understand this, okay? They are entirely the material world, matter on one side, and the second side is connected to you. Everything is matter based and you, two-based. So we are going to understand this. So we'll do Sutra 61. So this is Narada Bhakti Sutra, Sutra 61. No worry or anxiety should be entertained at the worldly losses, as it is the nature of a true devotee to constantly surrender his limited self and all its secular and sacred activities to the Lord of his heart. Nowadays, there are too many issues happening in this world. So many people are dying. And you are stuck up at home. You have to be in company of people whom you may not even think of being in their company. You are getting on each other's nerves. You are wondering when is the company going to start, when is the work going to happen, when are things going to work, when is the money going to get, available, where are the, basic necessities have also disappeared from the market. And this is a very big issue. You are ensconced in your small space and you are not able to move out of there. Has it ever happened that you have been jailbird, become a jailbird like this before? Never. I don't think you have ever expected this kind of a, thing happening. Now here what Narada is saying is, no worry or anxiety should be entertained at the worldly losses. These are losses in the world. And these losses are literally too many of them. Today we cannot even think that, okay, I am good in this place. No, that is also gone. Fortunately for those who have nothing to do, at least to watch a comedy video like this is there. Sometimes there is comic, sometimes there is a lot of tragedy happening. You feel, okay, I have to do this, all right? Because what else do I have to do? According to a Bheda philosophy that is there, the world is actually, this entire thing has been divided into three categories. The first one is the divine, God. Okay, God is separate. I am a separate soul. And then the whole matter, everything else is there. So these are the differentiations. And we have to go through it. Now when these differentiations are there, you can understand that God is not that. Alright, God is separate. So depending on how you look at it, you will feel this difference. In one day alone, today's day, I have had 3 individuals writing and speaking to me also about the problems that they are undergoing in their spiritual world. What are the problems? The problems are connected to different aspects of their life. The reason why they are there in spiritual, they are wondering, what am I doing over here? Why should I experience this kind of a disconnect in my world? Now these are on the path of spiritual, and these people feel that, oh, I am going through so much of pain. Why am I going through this pain? Why are things not happening? Well, open your eyes. Look at the world around you. Has it ever happened that you have been given so much of a lifetime opportunity before? You are like a yogi. You know what a yogi is supposed to do? A yogi is supposed to sit in one place and meditate and not have expectations that some god is going to fly from the air and going to land on your head. All these people who spoke or wrote are having expectations galore. I was discussing with people here, why is it that in some movies they are glamorizing the story so much, whereas it's a straightforward story. There is a war, the person dies, finished, that's it. Or they are glamorizing these great sages and saints and people with so much of masala in it. You understand masala, no? Why is it that people put so much of chilies and coriander and dhania and this and that and make it into such a beautiful story? Is it needed? Ignorant minds require a story. Please remember this. Ignorant mind requires a story. The idea is to find God within, not without, somewhere outside. There is no God outside anywhere. If you think you are going and praying to some divinity or some deity or some guru or somebody like that, and you are thinking that that person is going to have some miraculous kind of experience given to you, you are completely mistaken. Did I not tell you yesterday a story of Saint Thomas? After being with Jesus for so many years, also he had the same question. Are you really Jesus? Please understand, devotion is about you putting efforts. Not Jesus telling you, okay, here, take this, take this, take this, take this, take this. And another thing which I experienced with these people is they are thinking there are miracles, there are vibrations, there are energies. I can feel this and I can feel that and my chakras are moving. And what are you talking about? You think there are some chakras, bakras and all that moving everywhere? No. If you think that spirituality is about vibrations in the air, please, you have joined a wrong place. There is no place like vibrations coming from somewhere. And especially if you think that the Kundalini is going to be, constantly like a it's like going on like a continuous motion engine. You know that, no? There is a engine which goes continuously. There is no such thing. If you get one experience in 100 years, I think a person should be happy. You see God once in 100 lifetimes or 1,000,000 lifetimes, you should be happy. Devotion is about keeping the love intact. And whose efforts are those? Your efforts. I'm going to talk about some philosophies later on in the while we are closing. So I will tell you how these philosophies work. Because without understanding the truth about spirituality, please do not have expectations galore. And it is important that you don't think that there is some miracle Baba sitting over here who is going to, some energies are going to come from the hand and things are going to happen and there is going to be a big glow behind me and oh my God, things are going to happen like that. Nothing like that. Devotion, love and devotion is all about these obstacles, these exact obstacles. The spiritual people are going to go through their hell. The worry and anxiety no worry or anxiety should be entertained at the worldly losses. It is the nature of the true devotee to constantly surrender his limited self and all his secular and sacred activities to the Lord of the heart. Narada is saying the Lord lives in your heart. There is no God outside. You may go to a temple, a church, a Gurdwara, or whichever place. Do you think that there are some great vibrations over there coming towards you? No. Do you think there are some energies there? Absolutely none. If you really believe that there are some kind of strange powers working in these worlds, you are mistaken, because they are not there. They are here, inside of you, empowering yourself on the path of spiritual is 100% required. And obstacles will be coming left, right and center. Can you withstand those? In my world, I have certain disciples in the past, and I have told them very clearly, there will be a time in your life when you are going to reject me outright. And you are going to call me names. And you are going to go away. It is within you to come back. How strong is your spiritual world? If you can fall down, that means you are a frivolous person who has nothing to give. Your devotion is worthless, meaningless. But if you can overcome the mind of yours, overcome this body of yours, and overcome the world that is there outside, then you can be a true devotee of God. Otherwise, there is nothing. Otherwise, there is nothing to believe in, let me tell you. A belief is all that you have. The word that I always stand for, first, number one word, is called faith. Do you know faith is a very, very precious word in spiritual world? If there is no faith, zero faith, what are you doing there in spirituality then? Get out. Go away. Scram. Go to the material world where you think that there is a person over there who can give you all those, oh, I love you so much and I can be with you till the end of your life and blah, blah, all that nonsense. There is no such thing. There is a world out there which is full of worry and anxiety. The worry is, I am going to lose this and I am going to lose that. Anxiety. They are anxious about tomorrow. What is going to happen? These are the obstacles a true devotee can also face. But overcoming them is very, very important. So Narada says, please do not worry or feel anxious about this material world. Because the true devotee's nature is to surrender. The second word in my dictionary, first one is called faith. Second word is called surrender. Surrender yourself completely at the feet of the Lord. Why do you carry the ego of yours? I. Every sentence begins with an I. The word should be thou, 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 the Lord. You are the greatest. You are the mighty. You are this. And that has to be coming from sacred activities to the Lord of his heart. He is the Lord of your heart. It's not a frivolous love. It is not a one-time thing. Spirituality is about a continuous experience of that divine love within you, not someone outside. How many times have you heard a story where Krishna gives a darshan to the devotee for half a second? Then he disappears. He is not there. He comes and he goes. Like that. But that millionth of a second darshan if you get, you have to put that darshan in your heart, enclose it completely and be lost in that divine. That is the meaning of these words. We are moving to Sutra 62. Narada Bhakti Sutra, Sutra 62. Till such a consummate love is not gained or not attained, the consummate love, worldly activities should not be abandoned. But certainly we must diligently pursue love and learn to renounce our anxiety to enjoy the fruit of our activities. It's a lengthy verse, but again I will say, till you do not have this kind of a consummate love, or if you have not attained this love, you are still that, dilly-dallying kind of a person. Oh, it is there, it is not there. It is there, it is not there. Today I can feel it, yesterday it was there. Today I don't feel anything, This is what the verse is talking about. Till such a consummate love is not felt or is not attained by you, worldly activities should not be abandoned. So please kindly go and do your worldly activities. What are the worldly activities? You may be working in a company. You may be living with your husband or wife. You may be having your children to look after. You may have your grandchildren to look after. You have a house to pay the taxes to. You have government to think about. You have incomes from various sources. You have pensions to be drawn. Too many things in the material world are there. You have diseases. You have problems. You have to buy your groceries. You know why I'm saying groceries is because to get the grocery itself is a pain nowadays. You know that, no? If you have to get milk also, you have to run to, where am I getting it? Where am I getting it? People have to run for that. Sir, don't abandon these things. Because till you are unsure of anything, till there is so much of doubt in your mind that, is it something? I don't know what it is. I have had people come to me in the beginning, way back in time also. I still remember somebody coming to me in 2008 and saying, I am so much devoted to you, blah, 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 all that kind of nonsense. The person was there only for 3 months. What happened that 3 months ago? You had all those nice verses that you made, stories that you said. What happened to them? They went out of the window. I said to that person very clearly, I said, you are not ready for anything. In Hindi we have a saying, papad belne padte hain. You understand papad? Papadams. You have to make papadams. That means it doesn't happen in one day. Years and years and years and years of sadhana is required. Efforts are required. Do you think this devotion and this love is hanging like a mango, on a lower branch? And like Salman, you can ride a horse and pluck it? That is what you think? No. It's not on a low hanging branch. It's so high you can't even imagine. We were doing a few things, a couple of days ago. In that I said there are no qualifications required. You don't have to study anything for this. Did I say that you have to study? No study is required. Did I say you have to learn some kind of, languages? No language is required. No Sanskrit, nothing. You don't need all that. Do you think you need to put in pranayama or this kind of activity or that kind of activity. No activity required. Nothing is required. What is required? Can you just be in love? Now if you think that love is so easy to achieve, these are the obstacles. And these obstacles are too many, I am telling you this. You may be with me for 10 years, maybe 10 years, 20 years, it doesn't really matter, or maybe 10 lifetimes or 100 lifetimes. They are not sufficient. True love has to be continuum. Ad continuum. There should not even be a blip somewhere in the middle. Not even what is called as a doubt. When there is faith, what destroys faith is called a doubt. And the doubt is very, very peculiar thing. A sentence is a doubt. Now, your husband might have gone out and come back. The question is, where did you go? What were you doing? The person has come very late. And the husband may say, oh, I just gone over here only. Are you satisfied with that answer? No. Nobody is going to be satisfied with this kind of an answer. In the path of devotion and in this love, unconditional love, there are no questions. You have surrendered at the feet of the Lord. What questions do you have to ask Him? Do you know the difference between the Sankhya Yoga, the Karma Yoga and the Bhakti Yoga? In the Sankhya Yoga, there are too many questions. Lots and lots and lots of questions. It involves a lot of Rajasic activities also. You may have to do meditation, you may have to do pranayama, you may have to do yogasanas and different kinds of things and follow some rituals and rites and this and that. Yes, of course. And at that time the question will come, can you please tell me how this thing works? Of course, you are reading books. Naturally, the questions are going to come. On the path of Karma Yoga, the activities are more important. And no asking, what will I get out of it? Yes, you can ask spiritual questions. Be a Karma Yogi and ask spiritual questions. Nobody says you can't. You can go to the Guru and ask him, but you have to be a Karma Yogi. My path is only devotion. I had to dissuade the people and I had to tell them, I am really very sorry, I don't teach the kind of things that you are learning. I don't teach pranayama. I don't teach meditation. There is no meditation, there is no pranayama, there is no yoga over here. Period. There is no Kundalini yoga, there is no tantra, mantra, jantra, nothing. Path of devotion has none of these things. If you are thinking about all those things, kindly go and approach a guru or somebody who is going to talk to you about all those subjects. He is better qualified than me. I am not qualified. I am the worst qualified person for all the other yogas, okay? No Sankhya Yoga for me. What is the point? I myself can't remain steady for a minute. Have you seen me sitting steady and saying, oh, like that? Huh? Have you ever seen me? I'll be laughing, smiling, all my hands are going here and there, ha 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 ha, and all that. And sometimes, again, all Narsimha avatar and all kinds of avatars you can see over here. So understand one thing, in devotional path there is full stereophonic sound, 70mm film, full of activity and dhamal patti. You understand? It's all about fun. Love has to be like that. It has to be full fun and full of sweetness in it. There should be no questions. On the path of devotion, there are no questions at all. What is it that you got to do? Just be mad in love. Just serve, serve, serve. Service is the main criteria in devotional love. Okay? There is no expectation, there is nothing there. If you have expectation, then there is a two-way street, sir. Krishna, thoda dega kya? Mal pani. Then there is expectation. You want Krishna to give you something. What Krishna is going to give? Krishna, in Hindi there is a word. Krishna himself is a khaki baba. You know khaki baba? No money. Like that. He'll put his hands in the air and say, mere paas kuch bhi nahi hai. Okay? So this is the truth about Krishna. There are no questions. And there is no satisfaction of any kind of answers. Because there are no questions, there are no answers. What is it? Just feel the love. Bas. What did you do? Where did you go? What happened? How this is happening? Why are you giving that to this one? Why is this happening to me? Why is that happening to me? You go and ask Krishna. Krishna will just look at you and smile and he'll say, I'll play you one nice tune, no? And he is going to play it. By the way, you hold my Sudarshan Chakra for 1 minute. He will play a tune to you. Can you imagine that? Krishna doing that? He's not going to be bothered. He say, look at all those beautiful, peacocks over there. What are they doing? They're just pecking at each other. It does not matter. Really, there is nothing to do. So he says, till you have not attained any of this kind of a love or devotion, please do not give up your material worldly activities. Kindly go and serve your parents. If you have to give them money, if you have to earn and do something, please do that. If you have to go and do banking activity, do that. If you have to put a mask on your face and go outside, please do that. Don't think Krishna is going to come and save you. Okay? I was asked this funny question. What is Krishna doing about coronavirus? What are you asking me for? Krishna has nothing to do with coronavirus. वो बोलता है मैं क्या करूँ उसमें? कुछ करो ना. ठीक है? Don't do anything. He's telling, Narendra Modi and Trump and everybody is saying, stay at home. So stay at home. Now today he will say another 15 days, another 20 days. You better stay at home. Whether you get food or not, I don't know. You have to stay at home. What to do? All is well. I think that sums up everything. All is well, all is well. So, but even if you are doing all these material worldly jhamelas, all these activities in the world, you're taking care of your husbands and wives, your children, your brothers, your sisters, your mothers, your fathers, you're going for a job, you're doing all your work, you're doing your banking, this, that, everything that you want to do, all material activities that you're doing, along with it, if you are a devotee and on the path of devotion to Krishna, this is what you got to do. But certainly we must diligently pursue love and learn to renounce our anxiety to enjoy the fruits of our activities. Diligently pursue love. Pursuing love means you have to keep on thinking and doing activities which are going to be helping in love. So to one person in the morning I said, sir, do you listen to music? What music? I said, bhajan, kirtan and all that. I said, don't worry. I also listen to Arijit Singhs of this world. Okay? Don't worry. Yeah, I know about Masakkali 2.0 also. It's not that I don't listen. Doesn't mean that you're going to lose anything. Your Masakkali could be Krishna for all you know. Does it matter? I mean, really, does it matter? You may be Arijit Singh and you may be singing to Krishna. Doesn't matter. All the love songs that are there, just sing it to Krishna and see what happens. It is very beautiful. You may say, I don't remember any bhajans of, Mirabai or something like that. Doesn't matter. Does it really matter? You can set it in jazz also, by the way. Does it really matter? Doesn't. Pop. You want to, nowadays all that yo-yo, honey singer and all that. Of course, you can do that also. There are no restrictions. But what he says, you got to pursue it. Keep on going after it. Keep on going after it. Keep on going after it. Which means what? There are a couple of things that you got to do. One is you got to read storybooks. Don't read any hard stuff, okay? Sorry, when I mean hard stuff, I really mean the difficult books. Alright? Otherwise, you'll think of something else. So, you got to read spiritual texts, but storybooks. All those beautiful stories of this saint, that saint, this god, that god. I'm telling you, if you read them, you will feel a little bit mushy after. so nice, so cute, this guy. Okay, in the beginning you will feel so cute, but later on you will cry. I'm just doing what is called as the gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. In the beginning it is very nice to read it, okay? If you read it, first time, you may not understand a word of it. It is a nice story. Okay, very good. The second time, you will be shedding at least 1 liter of tears. Second time. The third time, you don't know what hit you. I have done this many times with people. I've read the books. And they can't stop crying. It's a simple storybook. Even Sai Satcharit, it is a storybook. But that creates this speciality. This is what he says. We must diligently pursue love and learn to renounce our anxiety. Renounce your anxiety. What is this anxiety? You think by thinking about something you're going to solve any problem? Tomorrow I was supposed to go for my interview, what I'm going to do, I don't understand, blah, 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 coronavirus is eating my life up, I don't know how things are going to move. Sir, why are you worried? That anxiety, any which way, when the day has to come, it will come. Right? If it comes, when it comes, let it come. By keeping anxiety with you, or I haven't earned for the last 1 month, there is no money at home, what am I going to do? Sir, by thinking about it, you think money is going to magically appear in your pocket? Nothing like that happens. You know that, I know that, everybody knows that. If somebody is sick and you are anxious about it, oh my God, coronavirus ho gaya kya, and all that, nothing, it might just be a cold. But the tensions are going to be there. These anxieties are going to be there. Why are you anxious? Anxieties are not going to give you anything. If you have to catch a train, don't be anxious. Mila to mila. If you get it, you get it. If you don't get it, you don't get it. What to do? Naseeb mein likha hai, bolte hain na? We are always thinking it is my destiny. So as a destiny, it is like that. All the great big people in this world, they made some fantastic movies. James Bond, 007, this one, that one. In India also they made. And they were thinking, I'll release it on this date and this will happen. Sir, today's day, nothing is moving. Okay? 007 can't even fly anything. Nothing can move. Yeah. Maybe Disney Plus will move. Alright. Or Netflix is moving. So use that, no? What is the point in becoming anxious? Anxiety is not going to give you anything. Similarly, in the spiritual domain, being anxious, what's going to happen, what are you talking about what's going to happen? Nothing is going to happen. Surrender to Krishna. Just don't be anxious so much. Anxiety will not take you anywhere. Have that faith. Surrender to Him. Give Him unconditional love and be lost in His devotion, and then don't bother your head about it. Mila to mila. Got it? If you get it, you get it. If you don't get it, next life maybe. Who knows? When is the next life? Don't know. But the idea is, right now, why not become diligent in pursuing love? If you know how diligent love can be pursued, I will tell you. If you have a girlfriend, you are going to search out the best flower. You nowadays don't spend on too many flowers. Maybe one flower is enough. But even that one flower, you'll go from one place to the other place to the other place and try to search for the best rose or something like that, isn't it? Or you all don't do that. Maybe you order it on Amazon or something. Bola gaya to gaya. But I think you understand what I'm saying. You want to give the best present, the best rose, the best this, the best that. Instead of that girlfriend, think there is Krishna over there. What will you give him? He says you can go and pluck a good flower from your garden, very good looking flower, and just give it to me. I will be happy with you. Put it in my, murti over there. Or if you have some image, you put it in front of him. I will be happy, he'll say. Just show me that love. Express it. Express it in the form of poetry. Express it in the form of a song. Express it in the form of a painting. Express it in the form of written word. Express it in the form of maybe a video production. You can do any kind of expression. He has given you some work. Do that work. That's it. That is going to show your diligence in pursuing this love. And learn to renounce this activity. Renounce this activity of what? Thinking, kal kya hone wala hai mere life mein? Arey kal kuch nahi hoga. Nothing is going to happen. If you are going to die tomorrow, why are you thinking today? Right? How do you know? Coronavirus sneaked in just like that. Death is also going to sneak in one day and you will be dead. After you are dead, nothing bother you. You don't bother about it, isn't it? So think like that. You have one life like this. This is one life. Why think anxiously about something? Think right now is the time and do what you got to do. So this is what he means. All right. Dangerous sentences. Okay, Sutra 63. All right, from the Narada Bhakti Sutra. For the devotees, seekers, those who are on the path of devotion, should not listen to the description of women, wealth, atheists or enemies. See, women doesn't mean women, okay? Women could be men also. Nowadays, the choices are like too many, So, yeah. So, think about it like that. It's not necessary that he is writing. Narada was, he was focused on one only. But nowadays, people are focused on too many things. So, I will just change that sentence into anybody. So, you should not listen to the description of ... anybody. Why do you have to? It's not important. Somebody asked me, what will you do? You know what I told him? I said, what will I do? You see, if you have one girlfriend, you have a lot of problem. Now, if you have two, what happens? Terrible issues. And then you have multiples. Then you have too many issues, sir. Here, it's a matter of 16,108. And then billions of gopis. Krishna has to manage billions of gopis and 16,108 wives. You think you can do that? I mean, humanly it is impossible, isn't it? So the funny part is, why do you bother? So, description of women or description of people, don't bother your head about it. It doesn't really matter. For a seeker to think about all these things is not worth it. Then, wealth. Oh, he has got so much of money. He does this, he does that. That wealth is not worth it, I am telling you. If you are a devotee of God, wealth should not be the criteria at all. These are the things that you need to give up. Atheist, there are lots of people who are going to write against. They are going to say there is no God. People are stupid. They are going to be people who are going to oppose you left, right and center. Simply, why do you want to do bheja fry of yours? You understand bheja fry? Okay. You want to fry your brains for what? Why do you want to argue with people who are going to say, no, there is no God, there is no this and there is no that. Why do you want to argue with them? They want to live in their world, let them live in their world. Okay? Are they right? Of course they are right from their point of view. If you put one black putty on your face over here and you say, no, there is a sun outside over there, the person will say, no, it is all black over here. Who is right? He is right or you are right? You can see the sun. He can't see the sun. He is right from his point of view. It's all dark. So his perspective is right. It is his point of view. A foolish person will argue with another person and try to prove their point. Did you understand? Never try to prove your point with another foolish person, because it's not worth it. Especially a devotee should never argue with a non-devotee and try to tell that person, God is there, this is there, that is there. Why are you trying to? The poor fellow doesn't believe in all that. Let him not believe. You are going to stress yourself out. You are going to argue. There is going to be a problem in your world. Why do you want that problem? Why not just be lost in the God yourself and just not bother about them? That is the meaning of the word atheist. You should not bother about atheist. Then there are enemies in your life. He said, don't bother about enemies. Means everybody has somebody to, panga lene ke liye. You think even Krishna didn't have? Krishna had his enemy also, no? So many Rakshasas, even his uncle was there, and even later on so many people were there. And Sri Ram's life, how many enemies were there? So even if you are God Almighty who has come on earth, you are definitely going to have enemies in your life. Why do you want to give credit to them? If they are acting stupid with you, you need not act stupid with them. Then what is the difference between you and them? If somebody is calling you names, you are idiot, you are this, you are that, and blah, blah, blah. You think you want to fight with that person and call that person name? Then you are not a devotee. You are some ordinary person who is trying to fight, Kuch nahi kar sakte. Don't bother your head about it. Enemies are to be ignored. Yeah, when they come to face you, then you remove your astra shastra. That's a different issue. But if they are not coming in front of you, don't get upset, don't get angry. Just imagine, Sri Ram is there today and his wife is in Lanka, and you keep on telling him, Ravana, Ravana, Ravana. You think he is going to get angry every time when you say Ravana? Anger doesn't lead you anywhere. It leads you to ruins. If you really are good, then don't bother your head about all the enemies of yours. When you have to meet them in the battlefield, only in the battlefield, then you show your prowess. Otherwise, it is not important to fight anybody. Just let them be. Jane do. Okay? So the enemies have to be, let it be for them, not bother too much about it. Yeah. So, I think we are going to stop here at 63 because the next verse may be slightly longer. So, we will stop here at 63. Like I said, I have to explain to you certain philosophies of the path. Now, we are going to do something which is called removal of ignorance. I gave you a theory in the beginning which is called Bheda Bhed. Now, what is this theory and what is it that you got to do? It's a philosophy, not even a theory. It's a philosophy. You got to do something about it. So it says, you are filled with ignorance. Which I named so many issues in the beginning. Oh, there's a virus over here. There is this problem. There is that problem. So many problems in your life. No money, no job, nothing is happening. No movement anywhere. Sir, what am I to do? These are there. All this is there. It is called avidya. Ignorance. When all this is happening, why does a person have to see the downside of life? God has given you the opportunity to look upside, Samajh mein aaya? Upside means what? Suppose you are not playing cricket because of coronavirus today. Okay? You cannot go to the stadium and play cricket or football or something like that. Don't you think you can practice now? 1 year of delay of Olympics. If you have 100 meters, you have a timing. Can you improve that timing in this 1 year's time? Because now the Olympics is going to be next year. So to remove avidya, what are the things that you got to do? Number 1, get rid of the karma. You are a karmic being. Your job is to overcome these karmic actions that keep on happening in your life. Try to learn how to do nishkam karma. You have to anyway pay for your past karmas. Okay, that is anyway going to happen. But why commit new ones? So don't commit new ones. Get rid of these new karmas by doing what is called as a nishkam karma. Nishkam karma is like this. If I am playing cricket, the idea is to win. Everybody plays to win, isn't it? This is understood. But why would you say, nahi main itna mein win karunga and I'm going to do like this and I'm going to do like that? You are giving a fixated idea about what is the win and how it is going to be and all that. Don't bother your head about it. How you are going to win can never be understood. I am reminded of a very important match which happened many years ago. It happened in Wimbledon. Now, there were two main contenders. And people had betted on one person to win. And he was always the guy who was never going to win. People thought that this guy is in form. He's going to win. Just when the day arrived, this person had a problem. And he didn't go for the match. And it was a walkover. The other person won just like that. And everybody felt so cheated, to take out the tickets for Wimbledon and the other person doesn't turn up. And he says, it's a walkover. You can take the trophy and go away. Even a few years ago, I think 3-4 years ago, there was a boxing match. And people were expecting that person to go for a longer period of time. But in the first 20 seconds or 30 seconds only he got knocked out. It was very funny. I mean, you pay so many thousands of dollars to see the match, and in one stroke, dadam, finished. Story is over. So karma is like that. If you have expectations, you are going to get into trouble. So don't bother about it. Just do your job. That is the first one, which is called karma. Second one is vidya. Try to do lessons. Learn. Every day you have to learn. It's like every day I have to learn. I read papers. Papers doesn't mean those newspapers, okay? I read in all those apps, these, that, what is happening where, who is getting, everything you got to know. Why? Why is it important? It's not important, but you can read, no? You can read storybooks, you can read, like I told you in the beginning, if you are a devotee, read storybooks of the saints. So I read a lot of storybooks of saints. Somewhere I'll read one page here, one page there. Doesn't matter, you can do that. The third one is upasana or dhyana. To overcome this avidya, you have to do upasana. Some kind of a activity. You have to do this thing which is going to lead you out of this problem area. Otherwise, what happens, if you don't do what is called as an activity, trying to reach this destination, you are going to get into trouble. Because things are not going to fall in your plate just like that. Self-effort is required. Without self-effort, nothing comes to anybody. So self-effort is required. And the last one is, it is about the guru. Now, if you do not have a guru, then liberation and bondage doesn't happen. So if you want to remove avidya, then you need to have a guru in your life who is going to remove that, help you remove that. That's it. So these are the 4 things. And this was taught by a very important saint from the past. So I'm leading you to the story now. So story time. So there was this young man. He was from a small village in Andhra Pradesh. And his name was Niyamananda. And this guy was, by the time he was 16 years of age, he knew the Vedas left, right, center. He knew everything. Well, in 12th century, what do you do, no? I mean, when you are in the 12th century, there is no cell phone, there is no iPhone, there is nothing like that. There is no Netflix. What do you do? Yeah, you learn the Vedas and the Shastras and something like that. So he learned. So Niyamananda became a very good orator. He could talk on Vedas also. He could argue on them. So it so happened that after the age of 12, he thought, now I should go on my journey. And he started on his journey. He told his parents, I am a little bit bothered about this kind of a material worldly life. I want to become a sannyasi. So I will go away. So he went away. He came to the Govardhan Hill. Govardhan Hill. So when he came to the Govardhan Hill, and he said, I will do tapascharya over there. And he sat and he did tapascharya over there. When he did tapascharya over there, he said, I need a guru in my life. Remember, he said that the last thing that I taught you, the 4th one, which he said, you need a guru to remove your ignorance. So he said, I need a guru, I need a guru, I need a guru, I need a guru. And he said, who is the best guru besides Narada? Because Narada is teaching Bhakti Marg and this guy was on the path of Bhakti Marg. So he said, Narada. And Narada came and stood in front of him. So he told Narada, I want you to teach me, okay? And Narada said, fine. And finally, he taught him everything. After learning a lot from Narada, he said, since I am in Govardhan, I would love to meet Radha Krishna, if I can possibly meet. So Narada was very pleased with his devotion to Radha and Krishna. So he said, from today onwards, your name is Haripriya. Haripriya. So he became Haripriya. And he prayed to Krishna and Radha so much in those places that Radha and Krishna came and stood in front of him. And he was very pleased with, the devotion. Krishna was pleased and he said, I'm so very happy that you are here and you are praying to me. Do you know who you are? There's no. You are my Sudarshan. You know Sudarshan, no? I told you at that time also, hold the Sudarshan for me. So he's the Sudarshan. And he's among one of the gopis. So his name, I've forgotten, Ranga Devi, I think, Srimati Ranga Devi. So he said, you are that. And do you remember in one of the stories, the nose ring was lost of Radha? So you are the nose ring also. so very different avatars you have taken. So now today you have come in front of me and I am very happy to see you. So Haripriya, please continue with your devotion to me. And then Radha Krishna disappeared, giving him a kind of a Kan mantra to him and said, okay, this is what you follow. Now, it so happened that he set up an ashram over there and continued to be a guru, teaching all the young people. One day when he was sitting in his ashram, an old man comes to visit him. Now he is a Brahman. So when the old man comes to visit him, naturally you offer something to eat. So he does the other. He says, please come in, sit down, wash his feet, blah, blah, all that, and kindly have some refreshments. And by the time the refreshments come, you know what happens, no? The sun has already set. If the sun has set, the Brahmana says, I cannot eat anything because the sun has set now. Now, if you let a Brahman go out of the house, out of your ashram also, without giving food, it's a very, very wrong thing. So he is in a dilemma, what to do. So with the immense power that he has, he creates a very beautiful yellow color shade on top of the neem tree over there. There is a neem tree under which he is sitting. So he creates a very golden glow of the sunset on that tree. And the person who is sitting in front of him says, do you know who I am? I am very happy with your service. I am Brahmaji. And from today onwards, because you converted this tree with this golden glow, you will be called Nimbaraka. So his name is Nimbarakacharya. Nimbarakacharya. Nimbu, Nimba ka jo hota hai na, Nimboda gana hai. Like that. So his name is Nimbaraka. He was a great proponent of Bhakti Marg. And he is the one who started this Bheda philosophy. And the rest of the things which I told you, which is how to remove avidya, is from his philosophies only. So today we have heard about Nimbaraka. And I will leave you over here and I will see you all tomorrow. We will be doing from 64 verse onwards. Alright? So take care. Have a very good evening. Bye.